important that the parents know what's happening with the child safety curriculum, and it's up to the parents to educate the children as well as the school and the community. And everybody needs to get together and work on this together to make all of our children safe.
It's really important that parents support the curriculum program. It's fundamental to build partnerships with teachers through the education system, parents, and most importantly the community, the broader community, used to come online with this and support each other.
The children need to have consistent messages at home. They're learning the Daniel Morcombe Child Safety Curriculum at the school, so the parents basically need to know the same terms and the same messages so they can speak to the children at home and they can discuss what's happening, and if there's any problems, everyone's on the same wavelength.
The curriculum program is really important. It has 3 key messages: recognise, react and report. We want kids to appreciate that by recognising their body clues when they feel nervous, not quite sure of what's about to happen, it's their body telling them, I need to react. And react how? Very simply, remove yourself from that potential danger. And once they are safe, then it's really important they tell someone on their safety network about why they felt unsafe. And typically that's an adult. We run over a whole series of questions, and some of these are day-to-day activities that the kids would be well aware of, such as smelling smoke, which naturally alerts a child of a potential fire. Their lockdown alarm at school alerts them of potential danger. And we then continue on the discussion and identify that their body clues, when they feel frightened, they get nervous, a bit sweaty, something's not quite right, and that's their body telling them, I recognise potential danger, now I need to know how to react. So these are great scenarios for the kids to appreciate. It's not just about personal safety being abused, it can be day-to-day activities. There's rules surrounding us all the time: how to cross the road, swim between the flags at the beach, important aspects of safety in the kitchen, all those very relevant things. It's about safety for kids.
With the older students, the curriculum is different to preps to year 6. With the older students, there's messages on internet safety, mobile phone safety, safe texting, different things. What do they do if they receive sexual text messages or pornographic material on the internet? There's different lessons and different film clips that can be downloaded for the children to discuss what's happening there and how to react, and then they need to report that situation. Yeah, we're getting a lot of feedback from principals that the children are now approaching them after they've had different lessons on the child safety curriculum, and they're now reporting incidences that have been happening in the home to the school, maybe to their chaplain or their school-based police officer, which is really fantastic news to hear. Not that it's good for the children to have been abused or molested, but now they are actually reporting what's happening. They're not scared to get up and say, this has happened to me, and they are reporting it.
Denise and I thoroughly enjoy going to visit the schools. There's a lot of energy in the room. Denise and I try and relate some of the core messages through the Daniel Morcombe curriculum involved about Daniel's very real story, and linking interesting stories back to the recognise, react and report 3 key words. And the eye contact and interaction of the kids with us is very uplifting. We never get tired. School after school can be gruelling, but we never get tired of those presentations. I know you guys feel safe at school, safe at home, safe with your parents or guardians, at the shop, at the beach, maybe at a sporting event. Our son Daniel was just like you guys. He too felt safe at school, at home, at the beach, at the shops, with his friends. But one day, he went to catch a bus. He didn't make it onto the bus. He didn't make it to the shops. Very sadly, he never made it home. So you can see, even though he felt safe, just like you guys, hour by hour, day by day, things can change. So that's why it's really important that you equip yourself with some skills. And that's what Denise and I are here today about. We want you to appreciate how important equipping yourself with those safety skills are, because one day you just never know, you might need them.
Even though the the curriculum teaches the students, the correct terms for private body parts, it's still okay for, the children to use family names at home or slang words at home, but they still need to understand that they need to use the correct words, and the parents need to know that as well. If an incident does happen, they need to explain exactly what's happened so they can report that incident to any authorities.
Using family names of private body parts is still okay in the home, but most definitely anatomical names is really important in case they're disclosing a really important situation of child abuse.
Some people get body clues when they're around a person that makes you feel uncomfortable. Some people who do the wrong thing and touch children on their private body parts, or show them rude pictures, or make them do something they don't want to do, is a reason for body clues to happen. Even if that person is someone that you know and like, a relative, a friend, or a stranger. You need to recognise that body clues are telling us the situation is not right. Remember our 3 words: recognise, react, and report. If you feel uncomfortable or think things are not right, it's okay to say no, even if that person is an adult. It's okay to scream and to run to somewhere safe. It's okay to keep your distance from that person. It's okay to stay where there are other people so you're not alone with that person.
There are lots of things a parent can do to help their child with child safety. Importantly, what we want you to do is build a relationship and have some confidence that the child can go to you if ever they feel the situation's not quite right. And importantly, being part of their safety network is fundamental to a child's safety. They need to have the confidence that there is help available if ever they need assistance. And going to an adult and reporting what's happened is number 1. It's really important on the safety network that kids appreciate that while they've got relatives of theirs, perhaps their mum and dad, their auntie, whoever they wish, it's important to have people outside the family, typically a teacher, a school principal, their friend's mum and dad, if they trust those people. But it's really important that they appreciate there are professional agencies that can help them. The police would be number 1, so 000 will help. Of course, there's the Kids Helpline, and that phone number's 1800 55 1800.
I think it's up to the parents to teach their children different child safety aspects. For example, when they go to the shops, they can tell the child, if we get lost, we'll meet you at this particular shop. When they're crossing the road, the children need to know which way to look, right, then left, then right again. If they're driving a car, perhaps the parents can speak to the children about road safety. If a child is going to a party, they need to know that if they're getting a lift from a friend's parent and something happens and they can't get home, the child needs to know that they need to have another phone number or another contact person.
This is a tremendous opportunity for parents to appreciate that their child's safety is number 1. And the best way to keep those kids safe is to build a relationship with those children and also encourage the school come on board with the Daniel Morcombe Child Safety Curriculum and appreciate that there's many, many different things other than child abuse that are covered in this. It's about keeping a kid safe.
I'd really like to see the child safety curriculum seen in all Queensland schools. There's nothing to be fearful of. The child will learn so many life skills from all the lessons that are available. So please jump on the website and get some information. If your school doesn't do the curriculum, please contact your principal and ask him to check out all the information.